Listen, sonny boy. I've been to court more often than you've had hot breakfast. I know what happens. And I'm not going to let you get away with anything.
What's got into you?
Look, don't get me wrong. I like you. I really do.
Then come out with me tonight. Forget about your hair. It looks great. It's wonderful.
No, Jim, I can't. Maybe another time. Why don't you see a doctor?
No.
Look, I can't do anything in here, but ethically, as a medical practitioner, I have to make your state of health known, so you can have some help.
You tell anyone what you know and you'll be worrying about your state of health.
Do you really know what's wrong with you?
My mother had it. And her sister. Yeah, I know what's wrong with me. And I know you doctors have a lot of fancy names for it. Carcinoma, melanoma. It all boils down to the same thing, though, doesn't it? Cancer.
All I'm saying is, if you don't get treatment soon...
I don't want to hear it. I'm sick of you poking your nose in where it's not wanted. This is my life, and nobody's going to tell me how to live or die. Nobody!
What the hell's going on here? They can hear you all the way over at Pentridge.
The same thing goes for you. I'm sick of being used up by you. You're like a leech.
Just a minute, Bea. That's not true. You know I've never used you.
But you're doing it now, don't you see? You're always pushing me and pulling me apart, always pushing me. I'm getting sick of it, you understand? I'm getting sick.
Bea! Oh, my God.
Oh, get her off the bed.
Leave her alone. She's my friend. I'll handle her. Listen, whose friend are you anyway?
Friends don't necessarily come into it. She's sick. She needs help.
Listen, you're a doctor. Why don't you do something?
I'm also a prisoner, remember? I've tried to tell her, but she refuses to have any medical treatment.
Well, how bad is she?
I can't be certain, but if I'm...
I hope you're on the level. I've always done what Bea wanted in the past. But this time, she's going to have to do what we want, whether she likes it or not.
No, well, this will have to be transferred.
Hello?
All right, we've done.
Oh, Meg, welcome back.
Well, thank you. Never thought the old place had looked so good. Hello, Colleen?
Morning. How's the uniform feel after all this time?
Oh, a little strange, but I'll get used to it. It is good to be back.
Yes, well, we're all glad to have you back. Janet, I think you better file these. It's getting a bit cluttered here.
Oh, I'll do it.
No. Junior officer's job, Meg. I guess you'll have to get used to the routine again. Lots of things have changed in your absence.
Well, Mrs. Davison's certainly going to be pleased to have you back.
Well, she already knows. I spoke to her on the phone last night. She did seem very pleased.
Well, we all are.
Well, I'd better get organised. From memory, things will start getting fairly hectic soon.
Oh, that much hasn't changed. But look, there's still time to have a cup of coffee, you know, to celebrate your first day back.
Oh, good idea. What about you, Colleen?
No, Meg. Got too much to do. Work's piling up. Someone's got to do it.
What's up with you this morning? You look like death warmed up.
Sorry, I was just wondering what to do about Bea.
Smith? What's she been up to? Not heavy you, is she?
Don't think she could even if she wanted to. She's ill.
Yeah, well, I knew she wasn't feeling 100%. She'd be pushing me to line if she was. Probably some war going round.
You don't understand, Sally. She's really ill. Could even be fatal, and well, she just refuses to do anything about it.
Hell, you're not having me on, are you?
If my diagnosis is correct, Bea has very little time left.
Then, I guess it's about time I made my move.
What?
I'll have to take over as top dog officially.
How could you be so callous? That woman may be dying.
I've got nothing against Smith. She got to be where she was because she had what it takes. But she doesn't have it anymore. And someone's got to take over or else the screws will start thinking they're running the joint.
But you can't.
If I don't, who else? Bryant? Burns? The place would be a shambles in no time. Grow up, Kate. This isn't the ladies' auxiliary. Between us, we've got to do 37 years in this joint, and someone's got to be in charge. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh, I suppose so. Just doesn't seem right.
Nobody said it was right. It's just a cold, cruel fact of life.
Come in.
If you're not too busy, these need your signature. They're requisition orders.
Just dump them down the desk there, will you, Janet? Come in. Sit down. I want to talk to you. I need a break from all this.
No, look, I have to go back to work. Would you just sign them, please?
Look, Janet, Mrs. Davidson will be back tomorrow. I'll be back in uniform. We'll be seeing a lot of each other. On duty, I mean. And I was wondering how you felt about all that.
I suppose things will sort themselves out. They'll have to, won't they?
I'd like to know what I've done to offend you.
Look, you didn't offend me. How could you?
Then why the cold shoulder treatment?
Well, it's not you. It's me. Please, just try and understand.
Understand what?
Well, I need time to sort myself out. Just try and be patient.
Well, it'd help if I knew what I was being patient for.
I don't know. Just have to wait and see. Well, you don't look too happy, Dorian. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing really. I suppose this place, reckon I need a change.
Cheer up. I've got a surprise for you.
What's this?
It's an entry form for that art competition I told you about. Well, you hadn't forgotten.
No, but I thought you had. It's ages since we talked about it.
Well, I had to find out whether you're eligible or not.
Oh, heck, I don't know. I don't think I'm up to this, Miss Conway. I mean, it's one thing doodling on pieces of paper, but there's going to be real good artists in this, and I don't think I'm in the same league as them.
Oh, nonsense, Doreen. I've seen what you can do. Now, all you've got to do is have faith in yourself. You won't be embarrassed, I promise you.
Yeah, well, I have been practicing drawing a whole lot. You reckon I got a chance?
Good chance.
Well, I've been reading about that Italian painter, you know, Michael Thingamabob.
Michelangelo.
Oh, yeah, him. Well, if I end up as good as him, do you reckon they'll let me paint the laundry ceiling?
Hi, Mrs. Pound. Have you seen Mrs. Morris around? I haven't had a chance to welcome her back yet.
Not you as well. Hasn't she got this place in a flap? I'll be glad when Mrs. Davidson gets back. At least then things may return to normal. This place has been like a madhouse lately.
Really? I haven't noticed anything.
Nothing personal, Jim. I think you've done very well, considering. But let's face it. You don't have Mrs. Davidson's experience, do you?
Thanks. That's all I need.
Reckon this is the take-on. She's gone giving all the best jobs to her mates. Look at them.
You know what they say? The devil takes care of his own.
Well, you should know.
Come on now, Sandy. Fair's fair.
I don't know what you're moaning about. I've kept you away from the dryer so as your clockwork ticker doesn't play up, haven't I?
How'd you find out about that?
Shut up, Bev.
Well, you've got a nice cushy job, haven't you?
I really don't care what job I do.
Good. Let's swap.
But then I don't make the decisions around here.
Anyone want a smoke? Rita. Here, I'll keep the packet. I got plenty more.
She's got cigarettes coming out of her ears, Jude, and they've all got cupboards full of stuff. I've seen it. Do you reckon they're nicking it?
No, I don't think that's her style. I wouldn't be surprised if she has someone smuggling it in for her.
Yeah, half her luck.
Hey, you two. What's all the mumbling about?
Nothing much. I was just saying that I thought you were pretty free with your favours.
Well, I have to look after me girls, don't I?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Since you two are so keen on going it alone, why don't you pull your fingers out and get back to work? Well, end of round one. Round two in the dining room.